Hello everyone. In this video we discuss about AWS services provided by the Amazon Cloud. Before going to discussing the Amazon Cloud services, we will discuss about what is meant by cloud and what is the meaning of EC2. Why the EC2 is most essential when we are working with the Amazon W services. So basically we will discuss about the EC2. EC2 is nothing but a virtual server in an Amazon Web Service terminology. It stands for the Elastic Cloud Compute. For creating a AWS instance, user must need to log in with their credential to the Amazon Web Services. If he is a new or he is a first time user, then he needs to sign up with the AWS services, and after creating an account he can log in with the AWS services with the available credential. After login with the AWS services, user can see the services of AWS provided by the AWS. The AWS provides the compute, storage, database, networking, developer tool, management tool, and the security identifier services. For creating a EC2 instance, user have to click onto the EC2 dashboards. When the user is clicking on EC2 dashboards, user will be get all the resources information available for that particular users. So in this video we have already consisting of 3 running instances and the 4 elastic IPs which are to be already present in there. Also the user is to be creating the 28 security groups and the 22 key pairs. So this will be helps the user to create the new security groups, or you can use the already existing security groups for the communication with the users. User must have select the regions for creating an instance, and after this the user can be a click onto the launch the instance, and then he can start with the launching the instance process. The instance creation process is start with the clicking on the launch instances. After clicking on the launch instances, user must have select the AMI. AMI is nothing but the Amazon machine image. After selecting the Amazon machine image, user have to select the type of the instance. The type of the instance are nothing but the tiny, micro, large. After selecting the instance type, user have to configure the instance details. In that step, user have to enter the number of instances he wants to be create for that particular instance. User can select the maximum 20 instances. The number of instances user needs to create the virtual private cloud and the subnet. With the help of the clicking on create new virtual private cloud, user can create the network and also creating the new subnet. After creating the network and the subnet, user has to select the shutdown behavior. The shutdown behavior consisting the stop and the terminate. After enabling the termination protection, the user can be use the techniques stop or the terminate. It means when the user is to be terminating their machines or the AMI, at the time of that the service will be the stop or the terminate. In this situation, we have just selecting the stop for the shutdown behavior for the protecting our virtual machine. In this step, user has to click on to the enable termination protection, because of he needs to protect their system when the system is to be terminated wrongly. This will be helps to protect the information over the virtual machine server. Configuring the instance detail, user has to click on to the next add storage. After clicking on the add storage, now the user is able to allot the memory for the instance. In this stage, user has to select the type of the memory or the volume type for the allotting the space. Next stage, user has to provide the tag of the instance. This tag is useful for identifying the instance. Now the user needs to configure the security groups for the connecting the instances from the user. If security group is already present, then there is no need to create the new group. Or for creating or communicating with the instance, user needs to download the new key, or he needs to create the new key. So with the help of this key, user has communicate with the instance. After downloading the KPR, user has to select the launch the instance. He can directly click on to the launch the instance, and when he launching the instance, he will get the new instance launch screen. In that screen, user can see the type of the instance, ECUs, virtual private CPUs, and the memory he has selected for the process of creating the instance. On launch, when the user is launched, the instance will be going for the loading state or the initialization state, and it will be load your all instance configuration into the single window, or it will be prepare your instance for the communication process. Launching the instance, user is able to check the all the details of the instance, and it is in the by following these steps we can create the AWS instance. Thank you. The next step is to be a choose